Like this, this Peter Obi petition tribunal matter don't tarapan not canvas. Yeah, both and fiscal pass. I declare you so not be small matter. Wahala. Based on 102. Yesterday night, I update somewhere they chill my bottle water based on normally based on normal. You get the point now. That be big. Now she say, first of all, updates all the fall out like say now they just put up. Number not for now 3 updates now break up on 3 sharp updates. Number 1, I go clear una. Waiting the final address because I know that the final address stage that we don't enter like this so for the tribunal matter so all the parties go give their final address. Number 2, update I want give now today so. Now to say the second and third respondent, which is Tinubu, they don't drop their final address yesterday evening. So yes now, if you see what's there inside their final address, you say if you go shock. But now me when I see that final address, now that time I know say true hope there for Peter Obi and Labour Party for inside this tribunal matter because waiting the kind of lie where there's another final address and when you hear it, you go shock. And they come and go drop a just patient, cool down. Fuck all the ballet. That be good. Number 3 updates. What I brief on today so. Now the new dates where they don't bring come and so for the next court hearing. So the new date when we say court go the sit, go the entire the tribunal matter, or go the daily tribunal lifestyle, I go let you know. So based on 102, that be big. Before I start anything, I think I'll beg now. Let me share this video. Make more people see the video. I beg. Help me to share the video. Make other people will get interest for this tribunal lifestyle. Make them for see this video when they know the sub for the tribunal lifestyle. I think I'll beg you. I'll be small picky. Help me. Number 1. Many people based on the last tribunal update one draw. Many people call the ask say. This final address, where would they talking about so winter? So what's it be final address? What's it be final address? Back I don't bring a call for you. Just listen attentively. What a good. You get to the point now. Let me go, man. Straight up, just listen. This is what final address. Let me this soon. He said the final address is a document filed by lawyers at the conclusion of the hearing of cases. The address, which summarizes relevant facts, the law, decided cases and statutory authorities, is intended to help the court to come to its decision or judgment. The Supreme Court of Nigeria stated in Kalu versus State in 2017 that the final address means the last or ultimate speech or submission made to the court in respect of a matter before the delivery of judgment. So at the close of the hearing of case, the petitioner and respondents will address court on the merits or the merits of their cases. The petitioner articulates in writing his or her legal arguments and submissions, what will help the court to deliver judgment in his or her favor. The respondent's counter arguments and submission is what is called the reply. Because after the final address, we enter the reply, which is called the reply, which is usually a response to the point of law raised by the petitioner in his or her written address. At the year now, both parties must effectively capture the essential facts and decided cases and statutory authorities that apply to their cases. A good lawyer will always focus on the submissions without ignoring the arguments of the opposite side. By arguing for both sides, he or she balances the argument and makes submissions for more potent in a way that makes the court to appreciate how he or she knocks the bottom out of the argument of the opposite side. So now waiting final address mean? For those people we don't know what to be final address, now the meaning of final address with that. This which kind Tinubu fly be this one enter my motor? Now make I read final address. So for people who don't know what to be final address, now I don't explain so. You get to the point now. So from there, last night now, as I told just now, we go enter the actual final address because Tinubu should see my lawyers yesterday so they don't bring out their 10-page final written address. When I know that time during the court, but at that time, anytime Labour Party just bring up evidence, come, they'll say, I hereby oppose, but I will give my reasons in the final written address. I will give my reasons in the final written address. Now be this one soon. Now be this one. All the final written address, they don't let person hear what put that time. Now be this one. They don't finally break come soon. So I go just bring out the key points of everything when they talk for inside their written address. And if you say when you hear some of the things, your ear go shake. Man, just proceed. Now be bang. Like I said, Tinubu Shetima, who are members of APC, participated in the presidential election conducted by INEC, and at the end of the freely contested elections, they won. They polled a total number of 8 million plus ahead of PDP, who scored 6.9 million votes, and Labour Party, who scored 6.1 million votes. Now the year old. Now waiting that they claim for their final address, but this one on say they participated for the election and they scored the highest number of votes. Say that the votes when they score for the election, now be this one soon. Let's proceed. The second point when they raise for inside their final address, we will shock you. Listen. They said Tinubu scored 25% in 29 states and FCT. Pause. Where is Siam? Una remember one time, a few weeks ago, when some people raised alarm. I even bring the updates. I drop and hear what they raised alarm say. INEC, they go alter the result where they for IREV for Abuja. Una remember that? When I say for that result, they go change the figures for there to make sure say Tinubu get 25% for Abuja. No, say when they do that at that time, now their plan be that so that for their final written address, they go fit claim say Tinubu scored 25% for Abuja. These are the same people where they talk and sing say it's not that important to score that 25% for Abuja. The first one can say it's not compulsory to score 25% in Abuja. Now, it's not they clear for their eye now. They don't go pass back when they use mago take change results. When they don't already fair announce, thank God say everybody get the copy of the original result where INEC announced. And for the original result where INEC announced, now only Peter Obi scored 25% for Abuja. Tinubu scored 19% of the vote in Abuja. You not get reach even 20%. So they don't go by the because they go quickly, they change the results for the IRF portal to make sure say Baba gets 25% for there. Nah, they don't correct their final written address say Baba scored 25%. When I just they listen to the Fujis too. Voila, Ezo. Tinubu scored 25% in 29 states and FCT, while Labour Party's Peter Obi scored 25% in 16 states and FCT. And Labour Party's main grounds is that the results were not electronically transmitted to IREF. And that point when they correct again, they say Labour Party and Peter Obi queries the candidature of Shetima, stating that he was a senatorial candidate of APC in Borno Central, in Borno Central Senatorial District. And they are challenging the qualification of Tinubu to contest based on the forfeiture in the United States. Before elections, Labour Party instituted an action in the Federal High Court, Abuja, against INEC suit number so. In the suit, Labour Party prayed that INEC should only declare results electronically transmitted, but a judgment was delivered on January 23, 2023, where the court dismissed Labour Party's claim. Again, the claim say, court stated that INEC is at liberty to prescribe the manner with which they transmit results according to the Electoral Act, manual and regulations. Labour Party did not appeal this judgment but continues to raise the issue in court. Continuation again, at that point they say on May 26, 2022, the Supreme Court declared a judgment on appeal number so relating to Shetima's nomination, being a senatorial candidate and nominated as vice president. All the documents relied on by Labour Party to query or challenge Shetima's qualification were part of the process considered by the Supreme Court in their judgment. Labour Party and Peter Obi called 13 witnesses and dropped a ton of documents, but the evidence extracted from the witness under cross-examination were all against Labour Party and Peter Obi. Tinubu tendered certified true copies of various documents emanating from within and outside Nigeria to establish that neither Tinubu nor Shettima have any disqualifying elements, whether constitutionally or statutorily. Labour Party and Peter Obi contends that BAT didn't score 25% in FCT and as such shouldn't have been declared winner, but failed to point to the law that supports this. Peter Obi was still a member of PDP as of May 24, 2022, and a presidential aspirant there, as corroborated by a witness, PW12, which is Yunus Atanko, who confessed to have joined the Labour Party on May 20, 2022, much before Peter Obi. Labour Party held their primaries on May 30th, 2022, and 30 days before this, Obi was not a member. His name was not on the register of members of the Labour Party, and till close of trial, no evidence was produced to establish the date Obi joined Labour Party. So, now the final written address where Tinubu Shettima lawyer, which is second and third respondents, when they break concord, they show that they see the lie from inside. If tribunal not do the right thing this time around, and today now this time around we go know whether we get country or we only live inside with the art skit for Nigeria. That the today now we go know. Because different issues when they all change, so turn upside down. No one other than that time, no person here was to I hereby oppose. Anyway, moving forward, but not too stressed now because from that data. Might enter the last update to our break for inside for today, so for this matters, which is the next date where tribunal want a seat for this appeal court side. So even the Supreme Court matter. So just listen to the following dates and make sure you say you get these dates at the back of your fingertips, so that each time you go to remember me know when everything what is up for inside the tribunal last time. Back and move forge ahead. For the next date, say respondents, which is INEC, Tinubu Shettima, and APC, their address will come on the 17th of July 2023. And in this case, 17th of July, that is to say on Monday, we go fall normally inside the tribunal lifestyle. I know me now. On Monday, July 17th, then all the respondents want start to bring their final address, they want present them officially for the court. We go, everybody go talk, we go chook them out, put inside. That day, the argument go catch fire. Argument go hot. Oh, from there, we bang. Petitioner, which is Labour Party and Peter Obi's address, will come on the 25th of July. That is to say, that's 25th of July 2023. That's like, I would say 7 days after the respondents don't drop their own address. So they follow the procedure now. All the respondents will drop their address from that's Monday, July 17th. After their own, Peter Obi and Labour Party, they will drop their own final address on the 25th of July. After that one, the respondents' reply will come on the 31st of July 2023. That's to say, after Peter Obi and Labour Party don't drop their own final address, all the respondents will call reply to Peter Obi address. You get to the point now. They'll call reply to Peter Obi address on the 31st of July. What damn, oh, not the day they talk now. Listen to me. After that one, adoption of address will come be next. Adoption of address will take place on the 1st of August 2023. After the respondent don't reply to Peter Obi and Labour Party final address, adoption of address will take place on the 1st of August. For people who don't know the meaning of adoption of address, maybe I will do separate video to explain that one proper. But just get all these dates down so I will know. Because many people don't ask me well. After that one again, every day, which the final day, that's the tribunal judgment day. After the adoption of address, it will be time for judgment. For now, they never announced the day where they want to give the tribunal judgment. They never announced the day of the final judgment. But maybe you understand what to say. Count of days for all these days. What don't bring so they say count of days include all weekdays from Monday to Saturday, but exclude Sunday. the latest possible date for the presidential election petition tribunal, that be PEPT, presidential election petition tribunal judgment, the latest possible date where they fit give that judgment for the tribunal matter now on the 16th of September 2023, which is maximum 180 days of filing of petitions. Wait a minute, Anna. So the latest possible day, highest latest where they fit bring where tribunal judgment go come now on the 16th of September. But it not mean say the judgment not fit come before that day. You understand? The judgment fit come before that day, but the latest where judgment fit come now that 16th of September. Just understand that one. So after that one, so after everything will happen for the tribunal, normally who lose will go Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court that they get final say. So for the Supreme Court to work out, so listen to the update. Whoever loses at the appeal court has 14 days after the appeal court's judgment to file an appeal at the Supreme Court or accept the judgment. So after they don't give judgment for the appeal court, for the tribunal side, anybody will lose get 14 days to file another complaint, go Supreme Court. After, if you not file your complaint before that 14 days, anything let me say you don't accept your defeat like that. Listen, the Supreme Court will deliver its judgment 60 days after receiving the appeal from the loser. So whenever that person apply for go Supreme Court, may Supreme Court revisit that matter again. Supreme Court gets 60 days to address that issue where the guy bring come and pass their own judgment within 60 days. If all the presidential election petition tribunal judges takes the maximum allotted time, which is 180 days, and the loser from the appeal court takes their full 14 days before filing at the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court uses the entire 60 days time frame, then the latest date for the Supreme Court judgment will now be 29th of November 2023. That is to say, the latest where all these tribunal work out, both for appeal court and Supreme Court, the latest day where everything will end now November 29th, 2023. So get all these dates at the back of your mind. And I take a beg now. Not forget to also share this video. Make other people will get interest for this tribunal matter. Make them feel see them. Make them know what it is sub for the tribunal lifestyle. I'll be right on a lawyer boy. And I take a beg now. For those of you who never subscribe to my YouTube channel, Banking Comedy, I beg now free of charge. And I start one very interesting drama series very soon for YouTube. Where I know we like people that miss. I beg, subscribe. Anyway, just thank God for everything.